there is a balance, right, between the practical application but actually learning the frameworks and the strategies and the ideas. How can someone that is a therapist, right? People in your field, maybe speaking in from your experience from a place of authority, not superior, but just authority, just experience. How can someone really find that balance? Going back to Donald Robertson, like he had to find that balance in himself. It just happened to be in a totally different field. It wasn't philosophy. It was cognitive behavioral therapy. But he uses that along with philosophy, and people have gravitated and absolutely loved both his writings, his workshops, and so on. So for you, like, how can people come back to and kind of walk that line?
I I think we all need to cultivate the the muscle or the ability to hold diverging viewpoints in our head at the same time, right? I think that is the true sign of an intelligent person when they can hold both sides of an argument in their head at the same time without making a judgment. And and I mean, call that critical thinking, call that, not easily brainwashed, however you want to kind of call it. I think we would all do really well to try to remember that the world isn't just one way or the other. It's not an either or equation. It's always an and both, right? And and hopefully you can you can see your strengths, but also know that you've got weaknesses and you can work on them and you can open your mind. It's why I never bring up anything with an ism into my content on Instagram. So any word that ends in ISM, I it, I don't even talk about it in my relationship. I don't talk about it on Instagram. It's so divisive, all of that stuff, that I'm not even remotely interested. You know, I'm interested in connection. I'm interested in shared goals, shared hopes, shared dreams. It's not my decision. It's not up to me to judge other people for who they are and what choices they make. I follow the Bible in that, follow what Jesus says, judge and be judged. So that's not what I do, right? How other people want to live their life, by all means. As long as it doesn't hurt kids, I really don't care what people do, right? And and so I see that the best thing that my peers can do in therapy, what everyone can do is really just cultivate a more open mind and a willingness to look at both sides of an argument without passing judgment and without being reactive. And you go back to stoicism, and a lot of my captions and sorry, a lot of my hooks on Instagram are meant to break people's brains, are meant to people accuse me of rage bait all the time and stuff like that. I think it's hilarious. Um, and I write like that because I want to shock people's brain into thinking, you know what, there's actually two sides to this, right? Like, you know, my my hook today was like, I said it earlier, if you're all touched out, reply with an I'm all talked out. Like, like it's just meant to get people to think. It's almost comedy, actually. Like in the space of comedy, and maybe I'm just giving myself some ideas in real time to go watch more comedy to see how I can write better reels and captions and stuff like that. But just, expand your mind, expand your viewpoint, open your eyes up to different sides of the coin. Don't fall victim to mainstream media and hate your brother because they voted some way. Like, this is exactly what the powers that be want. They want us to hate each other, and we need to stop doing that. We truly need to stop doing that. And so I think that would be my thing, is to just cultivate a more open mind and learn different ways and learn different approaches. And my way isn't perfect for everyone. Like, I've had some people fire me as a couples therapist. I did one session with a couple 6 months ago, and back in July, I think it was, and they said, no, we don't vibe with you, right? And my approach, anyone that says their approach works with everyone is lying, because they don't. I mean, even AA only works with 4% of the population. it's not perfect, right?
What's going on, guys? If you like that clip right there, you will love the full interview. You can check that out right there. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, and subscribe, because we got a lot of big things coming up in the near future.